All right, y'all. Happy New Year from Fox 26. Foodies and friends, welcome back to another episode. You know, we have so many incredible, talented, amazing restaurants here in Houston. But I figured, this was the perfect place to bring the new year in, the iconic Brennans, the Brennan family. Y'all know who everybody is here, but we wanted to bring everybody together for a really special episode just to talk about family and the new year. And you guys are so important to the city of Houston. We're going to look at some food, though, y'all. Don't worry. We don't come to Brennan's without the food and the champagne. But welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year, by the way.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, y'all are busy.
It doesn't feel like it's New Year.
We can't believe. I mean, y'all don't stop. So many amazing things going on for y'all. But what are some of the fun things that y'all get to do at this time of year other than hosting parties at Brennan's?
It's a big thing. We've got the LSU Tigers coming to town here. We've got the game New Year's Eve against Baylor, so that ought to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Wasn't the best year for the Tiger Cats from Baton Rouge. However, we're looking forward to a fun game, and LSU people travel pretty well, so we'll have a lot of people over for that. We've always got our big New Year's Eve at the restaurant, and that's just
oh my gosh! So what's going to happen tonight? Is it a big party?
Yeah.
Tell everybody.
We'll have music, great food, of course, and lots of good wine to drink and cocktails on the menu. So
Chef Carl Walker and Chef Jose, you got your party hat on. Chef Jose is ready to party. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna party tonight? Are you?
I'm just gonna be cooking in the kitchen with all these people over here and having a lot of fun after that. Yeah.
They party, we work.
Yeah.
But it's sort of how that works. But
we're just the host.
You're the host
of the party.
Yeah. You're the beautiful host, and of course, Margie. Y'all know Margie. If you've been to Brennan's at any point in the past, how many years have you been here, Margie?
14 years.
14
Going
years.
On 15 will be in January.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's got to be a record.
I think so. I don't know. They haven't got
no, not even close to a record.
Oh,
we've got 150 plus. We've got several.
Oh yes.
40 plus
yeah.
here.
Oh yes, they've got several.
And a whole bunch. At the front door. It's a record.
You can't get rid of them.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Whether you like it or not.
We are blessed. We really are blessed. So,
well, and Brennan, welcome. You're here.
The newest edition.
Yes.
I'm the newest edition actually at this here in Houston. I've really been enjoying it. I've been here about 2 years now, so it's been fantastic.
Now, Brad is a relative.
Yes. He's
family.
My youngest cousin. Yeah.
Youngest cousin. I mean, it truly is a family affair here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we talk about that all the time. And we say family first, here at the restaurant, because, I mean, we actually spend, and that really sort of has two meanings. Number one, it has the meaning if something's going on in your world and your family, get out of here, go take care of it. We'll cover you, and you cover us when our time comes for that. But when a family first also is because we spend as much time, if not more, together than we do with our own families. So we have to take care of each other.
You really do. And on the holidays, too.
Yeah.
So you're spending speaking of holidays, Marcus, renowned international sommelier, Marcus.
Party time.
Now, I heard you have a very special champagne you guys are featuring. Yes. Would you like to tell us about it?
Yes. We'll actually be doing a tasting menu featuring Tatangier along with Cake Bread Cellars wines for New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Do you know what the difference is between Tatangier and Taittinger is?
Tell me.
About $30 a bottle.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing, right? That's a very good thing. And now, Marcus, do you want to, now you've been at Brennan's for a while. Yes, you are a familiar face.
And actually, I'm fresh back.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Fresh.
The key on the back. He's
Fresh
back.
back.
You see, you really can't get rid of them, like they go and then they come back. And
well, but for New Year's Eve, what Marcus was saying is we're doing a fun dinner special for folks, starting with a glass of Tatangier.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the Taittinger. It's less expensive. Same wine.
Yeah.
Me being not funny. But also with our friends from the Cake Bread Winery. So we'll be doing multiple of their wines. Marcus, I don't Remember, I'm assuming
We're doing
white
the,
and red
cake
and
bread Sauvignon Blanc,
one of my favorites.
and then we're also doing cake bread Cabernet.
Wonderful.
Very good. And so that's really a fun special. Come out. You don't even have to worry about ordering wine. It's already done for you.
Yeah.
It's already, and you know, you can't do better than those folks. And actually, Dennis Cake Bread will be here
Oh,
January 23rd.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
huge for
So
Houston.
we're-
Now, speaking
just-
of your New Year's, you've got some dishes that we're going to take a look at.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
of course. We've come to Brennan's and we've got to sample the incredible dishes. Let's take a look at the foodie cam for some of the beautiful, oh my goodness. I can't believe we have all these chefs here.
Yeah.
Who wants to describe the dish? I don't know. Anybody?
All right.
Yeah.
You wanna use
Well, Carl,
your-
you were there
Chef
when all this
Carl.
happened.
Oh,
So.
well, you know, we got our pecan crusted goldfish. In this case, we have redfish, most likely, that is in this dish here. And so pecan crusted. Pecan started off as most people know about almondine and what have you. So as the story goes with, Alex and Brad's uncle walking along one day and stepped on a pecan and said,
Well,
"Wait a minute."
walking from his house to
To
the
the
restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stepped
what-
on-
That's
yeah.
amazing.
So anyway, it's like, wait, we got all these great pecans. Why we use?
While we're bringing almonds from California,
Exactly.
literally stepping on them, and that's got to be 40 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
like 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40 years or so
Yeah.
ago. Yeah,
And it was such a. It made so much sense. That's the thing about it. It's one of those moments you go like, what? Why didn't we think of this sooner?
Yeah.
It's like got all these great pecans that are just laying around on the ground for the most part, right?
Put them to work.
Yeah, exactly. So
Thank
so
you,
anyway,
Chef.
we've got
Yeah.
that. We got it on a crushed corn sauce with a Creole Meunier and topped with a little more pecans and a little bit of a frisee salad with some pickled okra.
Yep.
So,
Beautiful, classic Brennan's, and I love the
Yeah.
family and the history, the historic connection.
Yeah.
Right?
it is one of those dishes that just won't go off the menu. From
Ever.
time to time, we get tired of it, or I don't
Yeah.
know, it goes off the menu, and customers are just, where the heck is it? Bring it, So
Absolutely.
we bring it back. So and we're always kicking ourselves when we do it.
Customers are
We're
always,
always-
right.
We're always
Yes.
having to figure out something, try to figure out something new and fresh, but it's really more about the memories and
Well,
what's-
yeah.
wanting what they've had in the past and to keep those traditions alive.
In the experience, and y'all, I feel, are in such a different realm because you have so much history and so
Yeah.
many families have literally grown up inside these walls. So for you guys, when you have celebrations, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it kind of takes on a different meaning because you see people over and over
Yeah.
again.
Oh, definitely.
What's fun? We had our Christmas with Santa, brunch with Santa, a few weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And what's really a lot of fun is to see some of the young parents coming in with their little ones, and they were the little ones their parents were bringing in.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's
Oh my
a
God.
lot of that we get to see sort of generation after generation. So
It's so sweet.
it's
And you like these days, how rare that is. Have to.
And the most important part about it is when they come back in the restaurant and they talk about their memories, all those great memories that they had when they were little,
Yeah.
as they're growing up, and now they want their kids to have those same memories.
Totally.
That's one of the greatest gifts I think we can ever give someone is just that great memory of the dining experience and being part of our family.
Yeah. I mean, this is something that families actually talk about, going to Brennan's. And when we go to Brennan's and we celebrate at Brennan's, y'all are in everybody's DNA at this point, whether you like it or not. All right. I'm ready to take a look at the foodie cam again because they've got some incredible dishes here at Brennan's that you can get all year long, not just on New Year's. And this is one of them. Chef Carl, let's go, baby. What's this?
Here we go. We got our classic seafood gumbo. So this is a favorite right here. It's actually a ruless gumbo. Believe that? It's like So it's can fit your gluten-free
Yes.
folks that are out there as well. So wonderful, brought together with a really good stock. We got shrimp, oysters. We finished with a little rice. We got crab So it's all the goodies that from the Gulf that make up this dish. So
Yep.
Carl mentioned that it was ruleless, and going back to the origins of a lot of these dishes are what our family in New Orleans coined a term called haute Creole.
Haute Creole.
A little bit more refined than some of the traditional dishes, and we're all fans, Francophiles. I was fortunate enough to spend some time in the south of France many moons ago, and the bouillabaisse is a very comparable dish in the south of France. Of course, there's no roux in that, but what you think of when you eat bouillabaisse is you taste the seafood, you taste the sea, you taste it. And so when we literally goes back to Paul Prudhomme days and shortly thereafter, when this notion came through and making more of a bouillabaisse type gumbo, but it still retains all the flavor except for the roux.
Sure.
We do plenty of roux and other gumbos, but for this one, and it's also lighter. You can begin your meal by eating a bowl of gumbo and not have eaten half a loaf's of bread's worth of flour in the roux. It's a little bit lighter way to start it.
Absolutely. How many bowls of this would you estimate that you guys
for
have
tonight,
served?
for New Year's Eve?
Well, just overall, yes.
We are,
that's a record.
We are in the tens of millions of customers now. Yeah. I have no earthly idea how many bowls of gumbo. I don't even know that I want to count.
Yeah.
But it is certainly always at the top of our bestsellers.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the foodie cam, take another look at one of the dishes from the iconic restaurant in Houston. If you haven't visited Houston, Texas, Brennan's of Houston should be the first place you visit. I just feel like should be a rule. I don't know. Maybe they should put a sign at the airport. I don't know. Well, maybe we'll write a letter to somebody.
There are a lot of great restaurants in the city. Thank you very kindly. We have our favorites as well. So.
All right. Well, Alex, what are we looking at
here? This is our crab cakes. And I guess the notable thing about our crab cakes is there's a lot of crab and very little to no cake. There's zero breading in our crab cakes. It is super jumbo lump of Mexico crab meat, and it is bound with rabagat sauce, which is a mayonnaise-based sauce that's typical of New Orleans. It's just a little bit of a binder to hold the crab together. As you see, it's griddled, but it's just the idea is to warm the crab, do the least we can to it, and let the flavor come through. And it's on a really beautiful pureed cream corn sauce. Sweetness of the corn and the sweetness of the crab really goes well together.
There's just something about the Brennan's dishes. They have their own look. They have their own touch. They have their own feel. I go back and I look in my mom's library and I have the books and I see the dishes that you guys have been making. Is that intentional? Or do you think it's a little bit of family mixed in with friends? Because it really is different.
That's a fine question. I'm not sure that we've actually pondered.
It's just you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Shad.
I think everybody has their style, but I think one of the things we try not to be is fussy. I was at a dinner once with my mom, and we were at the table with Julia Child, not name dropping, but and Julia blurts out in the way she always did, "Didn't anyone teach these young people not to play with their food?" And the chef had done some sort of outrageous presentation. It was a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Food should be good. It should not be fussy, and it should also be pretty.
Yeah.
And so I guess if that's maybe a
similar.
I think in today's world, like even tonight, with how many pictures you're going to wake up tomorrow on and the next year 2025 in the morning and go like, wow, it's like, look at these pictures of all this food. So we do have to be conscious of that nowadays. For I think a lot of, especially when you look at a lot of classic Creole, it was about the taste. It was what it was we're eating. It's like you went to the table and it's like you're like, whoa, that's good.
Yeah, food is for eating, not for picture taking. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I said, in the morning though, we're gonna go like, whoa, look at these Instagram photos.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. All right, we're going back to the foodie cam here at Brennan's of Houston. Happy New Year, everyone. We hope you guys are safe. We are having a party, though, with the Brennan's crew. What are we looking at, you guys?
Well, Jose, this is one you
This
cooked.
is a chili Fry Oyster with the chili corn sauce, with the shoestring fried sweet potatoes.
But now tell them whose favorite dish this was.
This one was President Bush, number 42, favorite dish.
41.
41?
41.
Okay,
Oh, my goodness. So this was his favorite
His favorite.
It
dish.
was.
Yep.
It was for I cannot tell you how many years. I mean, and
I was serving many years.
Oh, my goodness.
It was the
and-
first thing he did here.
we were called when he was in the White House. We got the call. Okay, we've been told to get this recipe from you guys and shared it with him. And he was even if it wasn't oyster season, he was in the restaurant. This is what he was asking for.
So they wanted the recipe.
Yeah.
They wanted
Yeah.
the goods. They didn't
Okay,
just
good.
want to come in and eat. They wanted.
Oh no! Well, I don't think President Bush called. No, someone in the White House said President Bush wants this dish.
Well,
and
yeah.
we had to zap him the recipe back then.
Now, did he ever come to the restaurant?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yes.
goodness.
yeah, many times.
What was
Yes.
that like? Oh my
Christmas
goodness.
Eve.
What an
Oh,
incredible memory, Margie. What is that like? What
Well, it
what is
was.
it when everybody would
I just
come?
remember when Barbara and they came in, and she would sit outside. She had her big hat on, and she loved to talk to people. I mean, you could walk up to her and talk to her, and she'd greet you and sign, and she was very friendly, and both of them were very friendly. And I just remember that one time they were sitting outside, which they had a standard table inside the restaurant, table 41, I believe, but she was sitting outside in her big hat, and she just was so sweet and nice, and both of them were just
Yeah.
delightful.
Well, they were comfortable.
Yeah,
They were very.
I think they were.
Well,
Yeah.
what also amazed me is they recalled servers by name.
Hmm.
I mean, they had been dining with him for 40 or more
Sure.
years, and it always amazed me that they went out of their way. They recalled their names and truly very, very friendly.
Yeah.
very
I mean, such special
Yeah.
memories, really, for you guys.
No, they were certainly great. When they come in, super
Yeah.
gracious. I mean, and one of the things I always love, a memory that I think about with Miss Bush was one time I had the boys here. They dropped in on us on a Thanksgiving, and so I wanted the boys to meet them. So anyway, I brought the boys out.
Your
and everything.
sons.
Yeah, my sons. And so anyhow, Barbara goes, "George, get over there." And she whips this camera that she always carried a camera. She whips this camera out, takes a picture, right? And of the boys and us and what have you, a picture that I still, have framed and up to this day. And so, and about 30 days later, I get this like 8x10 signed picture from them.
Isn't that something?
That is.
That really is
Of
something.
that
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. And they had been down to the George R. Brown helping serve Thanksgiving meals that year. And so it was just, that's the kind of people they were. They were just really.
Well, you guys said a couple of times that they dropped in on us on Thanksgiving, dropped in on us on Christmas Eve. They can do that.
There you go.
Not advisable for the
clarify
public.
that.
Everybody, other folks, we need to call and
Yeah, get it.
in advance.
And what's
please.
that like? Like Secret Service literally
Oh, yeah.
calls
Oh,
you
yeah.
and they
Yeah.
say,
Right.
Secret
Hey,
Service,
yes.
shut the restaurant down.
No,
Like,
Yeah, no, it would be
Okay.
it would be whoever their assistant or attendant is at the time, and the Secret Service are there for one reason only, and
Yeah.
making reservations is not one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they don't enjoy that part.
yeah.
All right, we have one more dish to take a look at here at Brennan's before we get partying, because that is what we are here to do. Oh, let's go. Best part of the day,
Right.
baby. Let's go, Margie. Do you know what this is, Margie? No.
So,
This is a dessert.
Strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry
shortcake.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew this.
would you like to borrow my glasses?
Exactly.
It's too much
You can
champagne.
see that far.
Strawberry
Yeah,
shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake.
Iconic dessert here at Brennan's. You probably only served a couple thousand of those. Well, tonight
Yeah.
you probably will.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
a lot.
Strawberry shortcake's been a favorite for. It's a favorite. I mean, it's like one thing that I think you always see is part of people's lives is having strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
The shortcake's changed versus more of a shortcake biscuit form that we
Sort of a baking soda,
cook to order and
hard
slice.
with a bit more of a crust to it. It's not
Yeah.
it's not a spongy thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Not
The idea is that the biscuit, which is not super sweet on its own,
Mhm.
does soak up the strawberry and the cream, and it comes together. It adds a little bit of crunch rather than sort of I think a lot of people think of sort of either pound cake or sponge cake
Yeah.
as what
Thank you,
you
chef.
get. But this one, if you grab one of those forks and tap it on the top, you can see what I'm talking about.
Yes. And I love, your assertion in this. This is a serious subject, strawberry shortcake.
Well,
I love the
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's serious here.
Yeah.
This is
Those can be fighting words. So.
exactly. All right. What are y'all looking forward to in the new year before we wrap up? Any fun things coming up? Mardi Gras.
We do have Mardi Gras
Yeah. What do
coming
y'all
up.
do during Mardi Gras?
It's really funny. This restaurant opened in March, early March of 1967, and when we reopened after the fire in 2008, we reopened in 2010. We ended up opening on Mardi Gras Day. Now, I promise you, the day before was 2 days before was Valentine's, and if we could have taken Valentine's money, we would have.
Yeah.
It just worked out that way. So things sort of for us seem to kind of naturally cycle around Mardi Gras, and we have a big to do that we do here every year. And
Yes.
my favorite thing, so the restaurant's festooned and everybody's costumed, and we have the band and other sorts of entertainers that you might bump into on Bourbon Street or whatnot, which are kind of fun. But my favorite thing that always happens, and Margie can tell some stories about this, I'm sure, is when some business guys walk in for dinner on Tuesday night.
Oh gosh.
And they made the reservation, and
And
they're
they
like,
didn't know.
Yeah,
and it's Mardi Gras
no
Saturday.
idea.
What the hell is going on
What is
here?
going on here? Exactly. They all went. There's a party going on. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
get
So
into
they're
it.
they're a little weirded
Yeah,
out, but
yeah,
but
they
they're fun.
usually
They're-
get into it, and then there'll be a second line going
Yeah.
several times that night with the jazz band, and folks sort of dancing around. It may be Tuesday in the rest of Houston, but it's Mardi Gras at Brennan.
Yes.
It's Mardi Gras at Brennan.
Those guys practice the old Ella Brennan had, where you come for lunch and
And you
stay
stay.
for dinner.
Oh,
That's
Okay,
yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
That's awesome.
That's
Well, we are just so excited for you guys to be bringing in the new year, and you've got an amazing night tonight,
Nice.
New Year. So many people coming, and you all are just so cherished in the community. I know you do so much community work. You give a lot to charity. I know this, and I am just personally very appreciative for you all, and I wish you guys the best of luck in the
It's
coming
our pleasure.
year.
And how many days to Houston Restaurant
Yes,
Week? So, I mean,
there we go. There we go, baby. Here we go.
Gotta have the counter
Yeah.
going. At some point, we should have got that number
Yeah.
before we sat down.
Yes, yeah. That's
Somebody quick pull out a calendar.
coming
man.
up in the new year. That was a gigantic one. So, all right, you guys, we are getting ready to party. We've had an amazing time with the family, the crew at Brennan's. Happy New Year. Stay
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
safe.
Happy New Year.
We love you guys,
Yeah.
and we will see you guys another time soon on Fox Local and Fox 26. Cheers.
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 I'm the only one who's been drinking.
Woo, woo, woo. Cheers. I was drinking. Cheers.